Listen, Ariel, I'm good now. Check in with me about 10:30 tonight and see if Knicks can pull it out.
No, I will not be checking in on you. I have no interest to check on you. I don't want to text you. My friend Rachel, diehard Knicks fan, after game 1, this girl disappeared. I had to ask her parents if she was alive. Yeah. Like, I thought she was going to jump. And she lives on the top. She lives at the top. I was worried for her. And I'm worried for all of you big diehard Knicks fans because this is huge tonight, Coach. I mean, you're down 2-1. You're on the floor in Indiana. I had a feeling the Knicks were going to win game 3 just because that's so their style to go 0-2 in front of their home crowd, come and win in game 3 in front of the Indiana crowd because the pressure's off. You could play a little more loose. Where I am annoyed as a bettor, now that Thibodeau has changed around the rotations by putting Mitchell Robinson in to start and Cat almost didn't play a fourth quarter and now Josh Hart's coming off the bench. How do we handicap this team?
Well, it's insanely hard. And we don't know we're going to get out of the Knicks because Tibbs kind of fell into that spot, right? It wasn't something where, he was like, oh, I have to do this. The only thing he fell into is the fact of Josh Hart basically saying, hey, start Mitchell Robinson, which if anybody really thought about the trade for Cat, it was supposed to be Brunson, Bridges, OG, Cat, and then Mitch, because obviously, Cat had experience playing with another big like Rudy Gobert. So now you get Brunson and Cat, which now I think if you're looking at this, the Knicks are better served if they kind of split. Not only they split their minutes, but like divide them in half. Like don't play them as much together because Cat, when he gets into his bag like he did in the fourth quarter, it becomes incredibly tough to stop. So the thing is I'm not going with Brunson because the props are like 30.5, which are it's absurd. I'm not going with Cat, even though I thought about it.
I feel like everyone's talking about Cat because he's destroyed the Pacers. At this point, we've got to go find something else.
And that someone else is OG Anunoby. OG Anunoby over 15.5 points, Ariel. 4 straight games that OG has gone over this prop. 6 out of 8 versus the Pacers. Remember, one of the 2 games he missed against the Pacers in the playoffs was that game 7 in New York where he had the badly pulled hamstring, gutted it out, gave you 2 quick threes, but he was done for the day. When you think about this series, you think about what you've heard out of Indiana. There's been a lot of talk in the last 24 to 36 hours of we slowed up. We played too slow. I think they want to ramp it up. So I think the Knicks are going to keep up the pace. Over 109.5, 106 last game. Brunson 4 fouls in the first half. Cat 3 fouls in the first half. Both of them in major foul trouble, right? I think Indiana pushes the pace. Knicks are much better tonight offensively. Give me over 109.5. And then TJ McConnell, if you think about that little gnat that fucking pisses me off to watch him play against the Knicks, 8.5 points. Because when you think about all 3 games of this series, Ariel, gone over, right? 8 out of the last 10 playoff games, TJ McConnell goes over. Him and Brunson have a little, like they got respect, but a little rivalry. And when he sees Brunson, he attacks. But not to create, but for himself. Give me TJ McConnell over 8.5 points.
You were on Sports Grid the other day. You were talking about Jalen Brunson. Talking about how saying he's at like one of the best Knicks in history is kind of rude to the best Knicks in history. Why are you not sold on Brunson?
It's too soon. And it's because of the fact that the Knicks are for the first time relevant in 25 years. I mean, let's be honest. They had the 1 year with Carmelo and Amari and Woody where they were really good. When 50-some-odd games, they got bounced out in the second round. But before that, when were the Knicks actually good? Or since Ewing left. So I think a lot of this is young social media. This is like how you get all that whole GOAT debate, right? Everyone's so nearsighted. I'm going to take you back because I'm almost 49 years old. Patrick Ewing is the greatest Knick of all time. Let's shut that shit down right now. Okay, 15 years, that team from 89-90 to when he left was a perennial title contender year after year after year after year. So Brunson can't take him because he hasn't even taken his team to the finals yet, right? Then you go to 2. Walt Clyde Frazier. Everybody talks about Clyde as, the swishing and dishing, styling, profiling. Yeah, go look at the videotape. I'll just give you one game. 1970 NBA Finals, Game 7 versus Jerry West and he fucking torched them for 36 and 19 assists in a deciding game. And then if you want to go third, then you go to the captain, Willis Reed, 1970 MVP, two-time NBA champion, Hall of Famer. So Brunson at the very best is fourth. And we haven't talked about Carmelo Anthony. We haven't talked about someone like Bernard King, who I think if he didn't get hurt, probably could have been the greatest Knick of all time because he could score on anybody. We haven't talked about Earl the Pearl. We haven't talked about Bill Bradley. We haven't talked about a ton of players. So don't give me this Brunson shit that he's number one. Because I'll tell you right now, I know they came back and won game 3, but no way in hell Patrick Ewing is down 0-2 and down 20 points in the second quarter of a game 3.
It's also alarming when I look at Brunson's numbers, and I'm going to talk about this again later on in the show. I looked at Brunson against the Pacers. In home games, he's averaging 30 points a game in the last 2 years. On the road, he drops to 23 points a game against Indiana. So is Jalen Brunson like, okay, great, you're awesome at the Garden. I can't trust Jalen Brunson props when he's away from MSG.
It's just, Ariel, it's so highly inflated, right? But
Right.
when you really dig into this, right? Indiana, because of the way that Rick Carlisle has coached, and let's give Rick Carlisle his props. This guy is one of the best coaches of this generation and never gets considered. You talk about Doc and Ime and Budenholzer and Kerr and all these guys, Mazzulla, Spoelstra. You never talk about how great Rick Carlisle's been, right? So when you think about it, he has Naismith. Now, Naismith is hurt, so we have to look out for that tonight because that's a primary ball handler. Also, if Naismith is hurt, watch Jalen Brunson try to go to his right because that affects the push-off in regards to Naismith's right angle in regards to kind of shift and move quickly. So watch that early, see if Brunson tries to attack him on his right like he did towards the end of the game. But it's Naismith, there's Nembhard, there's McConnell. They just keep running guys at Brunson. If there's a guy between Cat and Brunson that goes over his points prop, it's Cat. Folks, Cat averaged 30.3 in the regular season. And if Cat ever decides to go to low post, Miles Turner, Pascal Siakam, whoever else, they don't want none of that damn smoke.
So you like Cat?
If I had to go either or, you give me a choice, I'm going Cat
Stars.
with 22.5. Yep, 22.5 if I have a choice.
Before we go to the WNBA, the chat wants to know which drink or blunt you would prefer.
Oh my God! I heard someone say it before. Listen. I'm a bourbon guy. I like an old fashioned.
I see that. You're classy.
Give me a nice bourbon neat at the end of the night. That's my go.
Is that what you're gonna watch the Knicks game with tonight?
Yeah. Well, yes. And here's the thing, Ariella. Depending on how bad the Knicks are playing, will be how early the bourbon will be starting. If it's shitty, it may be first quarter. If they're up comfortably, it'll be like my Red Auerbach.
Right, it's either a painful drink or a celebratory drink.
Right, exactly.
I get that.
As for the blunt stuff, that's back in the '90s, back in the day when I was in college. I'm a little
everybody.
Bit more mature now.
Send him some bourbon. That's what he needs. That's what he needs. WNBA, over the weekend, we did have some big news. Huge injury because Caitlin Clark is out for a couple of weeks with a quad injury in her left leg. Supposedly, the ticket prices for her and Angel Reese's rematch went down from $86 to $25 after Clark's injury announcement. What does this mean for the gambling space that Caitlin Clark is out for the next couple of weeks?
Well, you got to look at other players in regards to Indiana Fever. You're looking at props. Look at someone like Kelsey Mitchell. DeWanna Bonner has been really a disappointment for Indiana so far. They actually put Lexi Hull into the starting lineup, and they came over to Liberty over the weekend. As for the Chicago Sky, Ariel, it don't fucking matter. Just bet against them. And that's one of my WNBA bets tonight. And that is the Phoenix Mercury minus the 7 points at home versus Chicago Sky. Chicago Sky 0-3 against the spread. They lost all 3 games by double digits. Phoenix is much better than we thought. And remember, folks, they don't even have the walking bucket, Kalia Copper, in the lineup right now. So they should be able to go ahead and get the win in the cover. Now, the first bet, let's be honest. Paige Beckers over 14.5 points. I mean, shit. She's a UConn, like almost, Mount Rushmore. It's her first game in Connecticut, right? She's leading the team in scoring. She's getting 13 points a game. and she's getting 12.5 shots. She's outscoring Arike Nwumawale. Think about that, folks. There's no way in hell they don't force feed this kid the ball. Paige Becker's over 14.5 points. And then Storm Lynx. So two really good teams. A lot of offense here. I'm going to go over 157.5. Two of the top 7 teams in the WNBA in offensive rating. Two of the top 6 teams in the WNBA and true shooting percentage. Lots of points tonight in Storm versus Lynx. And
you also like the Mercury -7?
Yeah, I just think the Sky are fucking bad. I mean, bad. I mean, Courtney Fantasy, leaves, goes back to Chicago. She's playing 30, 35 minutes a night. It's too much. Cardoso is going to be okay. Listen, Angel Reese has problems finishing around the rim. Part of the reason why she can't finish around the rim is they can't fucking shoot. Like, they are awful. I mean, they are so painful to watch. And people are looking at all these other teams and how bad they are. Honestly, I'll take the Valkyries right now over the Chicago Sky if I had to pick a game.
I'm loving this passion right now. I need to have a drink with you, but my problem is I have wine and you have your bourbon, and I feel like my wine's just gonna make me like.
No, Ariel. With all due respect here, I mean, I am a sophisticated brother. I will dabble in a little Sauvignon Blanc, some Oyster Bay. I mean, I do love my Camus if I want to have a nice.
I'm gonna get you better than Camus. We've got to elevate your Camus.
Someone suggested that we should do a live stream during a Knicks game. If the Knicks make it to the finals, I am in. I will do a live stream with you as long as Sportsgrid doesn't put me on there, which they probably will. I'll do a live stream with you, and we'll get some nice wine, and then I need a bourbon on the side in case shit goes left.
Did you not? Okay, so on Friday night, I went out with my friends to watch the Knicks game. Things escalated after the yell. Like, it's like I'm going to drink if they win, drink if they lose kind of thing. Saturday, I had a show at 11, and I purposely said that for Wager Talk, I would do Saturday morning shows from 11 to 11:45, filling in on Last Call for Kelly in Vegas because she doesn't really do baseball. So she's like, just give me the summer off until football season. I said, you know what? If Kelly allows for me to do the show from 11 to 11:45, then that means that I probably won't drink heavily on Friday nights because I have to be ready for Saturday. I was miserable on Saturday during that show. I couldn't even do my hair. It was back in a ponytail.
Ariel, I mean, with all due respect, and I got to leave in a minute because I got to go pick up the little one from swim practice. But shit, you listen, I had to work 10 to noon on Saturday. I didn't drink Friday night because I knew how bad it was going to be. And plus, it's probably just a little bit of bourbon right then and there. But yes, come on, girl. Memorial Day weekend, and you're
it was
like
too many surf sides. We had 15 combined between 3 girls, which was a lot. Wait, before I let you go, because I know you have to go. Tomorrow we have T-Wolves and OKC potential elimination game. How should people approach the game despite being down 3-1 for Minnesota?
What do you mean potential? This shit's over. I mean, it's over. I said it was going to be Thunder in 5. I think they win by double digits. I think Ant is still trying to figure it out. Julius Randle, the clock struck midnight. He's now a fucking pumpkin. Rudy Gobert, oh my God, one of the worst contracts in the league. And Oklahoma City just has too many dudes. The hard thing about betting Oklahoma City, folks, is you don't know where it's coming from. SGA, Chet, obviously Jalen Williams. Hartenstein can give you double-doubles. And then obviously the biggest thing is that they have Alex Caruso on defense, and he is putting Ant in fucking jail. In jail. This series is over tomorrow night.
Coach James Young, make sure to check him out on all his socials. And I always forget your Twitter handle by heart. It is Coach Young NJ. Coach Young NJ. Like New Jersey, Coach Young NJ. Check him out there. Check him out at SportsGrid and here all the time because his energy is absolutely unmatched. Let's go Knicks. Good luck tonight. Enjoy your bourbon, and I will text you potentially tomorrow to just make sure you're alive.
Please send an ABP out and have all bridges looked out for Coach Young if the Knicks get their ass blown
911 on speed dial for you.
Bye,
No
Ariel.
problem.
See ya.
You, Coach.